Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trivia Rogues Podcast, coming to you from the Rogue One Studios. And Don is finally back with Shauna from the hospital after she had passed out several times.
After just hearing the topic,
talking, and I understand.
And I'm on pins and needles, Don. How is she?
Oh, God. Nice.
And I understand that she went to the hospital at least 4 times during the week researching. So
every time she turned on her computer, she passed out.
Yeah. Now, as we've discussed from one of our Patreon shows, Shauna has are we settled on phobia?
I have trypanophobia.
It's definitely a phobia.
Okay.
I'm legit trypanophobia.
Which is a fear of more injections, right?
Yeah.
Well, what is the definition of trypanophobia?
I think
that's a fear of
needles and injections, I think.
But if there was a needle on this table, you'd be okay.
I'd be okay seeing the needle, but if like one of you threatened to
Use it?
to use it, yeah, I would.
Oh, you're going to vaccinate me? Oh,
but which is weird because you would be very uncomfortable even if we did it to ourselves.
Yeah.
right.
Well, it sounds like you'd be more uncomfortable if we did it to ourselves.
Or even if you said you did it or you had a Band-Aid on your arm or something like that after doing it, I would... I can't.
You need like
which is so weird because I'm not trying to freak her out or anything.
But just to be clear, you can take a shot.
I could take a shot, but I can't do blood tests or donate blood. It's like the needle in the vein. Not so much like taking a shot where it doesn't necessarily go in your vein. It's like...
So you'd be better off cutting your wrist and just bleeding
Yes.
for them.
Absolutely.
Here, take as much blood as you like.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, that's good. She might pass out.
So blood doesn't bother you.
Let's...
Blood doesn't bother me at all. No, it's the needle. The needle going in a vein and blood coming out of the vein. Yeah.
Really?
That's specific. I don't think there's a phobia for that specific.
I wonder if there's like a therapy for that. Like, you watch like somebody getting a shot and then like a box of kittens next to it.
So that
Like
serial
classical
killer,
conditioning.
that
Yeah.
serial
Getting
killer of
blood
the month
drawn.
calendar she's
No.
got, May's ripped out because
Yeah.
that was a nurse.
Wait, why wouldn't that work, Don?
Because then she'd be afraid of the kittens.
The kittens don't have needles poking out of them.
Yeah, but you associate kittens with needles.
I guess. But
You would just make her hate
Clockwork Orange,
kittens.
Billy.
Don't make me think of Clockwork Orange. But so Shauna might pass out, so I apologize. But
So say needle as many times.
I
as we can.
I did not do heavy research on this. I got to admit right now.
Oh no, I'm talking about the thing I'm about to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember back in my ambulance days.
Oh no.
Well, because I did not go to paramedic school,
Right.
but
We know you're an ambulance driver.
You drove an ambulance.
oh my god. Go there and
For which
drop
he went to
kick.
driving school. So
Apparently, EMTs don't like being called ambulance drivers
No,
for
they
some
don't.
reason.
They don't. I can say
Excuse
they don't
me?
now because I'm no longer
Chauffeur, take me to the hospital. I'm feeling faint. Do you have any crumpets up there?
Okay, we just lost an entire continent again. Well, not
Probably
again,
two
I guess.
continents.
What? Only English people can eat crumpets?
No, I'm saying they're turning it off. They're just like, oh, this is terrible.
I think they were getting
I think
hungry.
they're probably laughing.
I don't know.
Took a
I don't know
snack.
why I said continent though. Like the people in Spain give a crap about English accents. But,
they're all going, that's English?
yeah, that was terrible. Even we know that.
So, anyways, in your ambulance driving days,
Oh my god, Don. Okay, so anyway, but I knew a lot of paramedics and paramedic students, and I know that they would practice on each other or themselves.
right? Oh yeah, no, Shauna
That's
would
ridiculous.
not be.
People like that seriously need to be committed. That's
What?
I don't know.
Someone in this story needs to be committed, but I don't think it's them.
You have to do it as a job. You got to make sure you're good at it.
Yeah,
and
who else?
Why would you want to do that as a job?
to save lives.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, you know what?
There should be no doctors or nurses.
Yeah,
They're
no-
all barbarians.
right. They're all barbarians. Get them out of here.
The word phlebotomist makes me want to gag.
Hey, you know what? Some people are snake handlers too.
I mean,
I don't talk
I
shit
give
about
people
them, Sean.
credit.
You would if there was one next to you.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be like, that's cool. Stay away from
I give
me.
people credit for being able to do that, but I don't understand how it's even possible.
Well, you just stick the needle in.
It's just hey, that's just how fears are.
Yeah.
Phobias are. You know, there are people I know. Jeff's wife, not a fan of dogs.
Nope.
Well,
Of course, that has to do with the dog attack.
Strange dogs. strange dogs,
Right, like
primarily.
unknown
Well,
dogs.
large, strange dogs, to be more exact.
But if a dog I didn't know came up to me, I might be a little like, okay, I don't know who you, I don't know, but I wouldn't like run for the hills or anything. Mm-hmm. But being on an ambulance and helping and doing everything with the needles and stuff.
Dude.
No.
Well, hold on.
My job.
Oh, she just passed out.
However, if there was a spider on the needle,
My job, I run into like
can you get that for me?
2 strange dogs a day at least. Some of them are like 150 pounds just standing right behind me all of a sudden. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hi, I'm done.
Do you go, hello? Do you want to your compass?
No, usually I'm meditating, so it doesn't really
He's
matter.
pulling
but
out the syringe and about to.
I just like walk
Put
by.
the
I'm like,
tranquilizer
what's
in.
up, bro? Holy crap, what was that?
Was that a horse?
Was that a person or a dog? So, yeah.
All right. So
Person or a dog?
person.
I'd have bought a horse or a dog. I don't know about a person or a dog.
It was that,
Don's friends are strange.
it was that world's tallest
apparently
Great
four-legged.
Dane.
Zeus.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Shauna, thank you for being here. And we'll
I think
see you next time.
I think we've warmed up the audience for a little discussion about
Oh, yeah. What are we
vaccines.
talking about? Oh, vaccines.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
How
let's-
topical, Don.
And then after vaccines, we can have a quiz, right?
War of the Rogues, yes.
We will. We will.
Oh, when will that be, Bill?
Later this week.
Later this week.
Okay, so here's the deal.
They told me.
I heard. Okay, so I forgot that I won War of the Rogues.
That makes sense because you've only won like once in the last
I
year.
think I've won twice this year, which
So you think he would have that marked on his calendar?
I'd be so
Right.
excited. That was
You'd
loud.
think it would be the best day of his life.
Yeah, you'd think. So, but anyway, the listener, there's gonna be no difference. Yeah, we're just gonna meet up again later this week and record it, and then just add it onto this. So it's not gonna make any difference to the listener, but to them, yeah, I forgot to do the War of the Rogues. So
Some
I wish you
people-
could have been here when you seen his face when I asked him what the word was.
yeah,
And it realized it's
he
like
didn't ask me. He has asked me.
Generally.
And Sean. It's like,
Yeah.
what was the word anyway?
Shauna goes, "It's spy," and I said, "Oh, that's right, it was Billy." And we both look at Billy, and he's like, has this white. He's gone white.
Yeah, my eyes are like wide, my mouth's open. Oh no, that was me, wasn't it?
Like,
How do I do a quiz in the next 3 minutes?
yeah.
How much James Bond stuff do I know?
Oh God, you can give a whole damn quiz. Probably.
I could have, but
I don't think anyone would have done well on that. Well, I don't know.
you
I
probably
wouldn't.
You probably would have done best out of all of them. I would think.
Yeah.
I don't know. You think
Oh,
so?
you'd have done way better than I would have done.
Yeah, but you know me. I can't remember shit.
He still doesn't remember if that was a
He-
dog or a human that he was talking.
He'd
to.
have been like, "What movie was that?" I'm like, "I don't know. The one I seen it. I don't know.
the one that I've seen.
Yeah, I've seen it. I don't.
All right. So anyway,
I'm so
let's
good at
talk
trivia.
vaccines. After Don drinking his coffee.
Let's talk about vaccines, Bill. No one needs to know about my coffee drinking. There's no cameras.
What's that coffee cup say? Cheers in?
Yeah, cheers. And then something really stupid. Cheers in, I guess. I thought it just said cheers.
It says
to be honest.
cheers.
It says
in.
cheersin'.
Oh,
like
Duncan,
Duncan
cheers
cheersin'.
in.
Yeah.
That's remarkably stupid.
That's pretty stupid. Yeah, I drink Dunkin' Donuts.
Not a sponsor.
Hey, if you want to be, I will.
After that?
I don't think people
Yeah.
think they're a sponsor after we just called it stupid.
So,
No,
Wow,
we
this
called-
ad campaign is really dumb.
That was not
Well,
a great
so is that
marketing.
cup.
Once
Cheers.
you
in.
realize where the coffee's from, then it kind of makes sense.
Is, but see, I think what throws me off is cheersing a word?
Is Dunkin'
No.
a word?
Yeah, dunking.
It is
Yeah.
now.
It's just slang for
well,
Dunkin'.
cheersing wouldn't be. Cheering is, but yeah.
No, that's just terrible altogether. So.
Well, we just
oh,
promoted
yeah, if
Dunkin'
there's a group
Donuts
of
for
people
like
that
3
were all
minutes,
saying
so it
cheers,
worked.
What else would they be doing? Cheersing.
Cheersing.
Yeah.
I don't care
that doesn't
for it.
sound right.
I don't care for it at all. I'm gonna be honest.
we were cheersing everywhere.
Oh, when you talk to corporate this week, tell them we all agree.
Yeah, at your weekly board meeting with Duncan.
Well, I got some ideas.
We should have free coffee for Don's Day.
Donzin.
At the very least.
Don's Day.
It's got to say Donzin on it.
Oh,
I think for my contributions, I should get a lifetime of free coffee, personally.
Well, hey,
But-
cheers into that. Let's go ahead and go into it.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the history first. Who knows what the first vaccine or inoculation was created for?
Wait. Well, I would imagine. Wait, technically or actually?
Both.
I would probably guess polio.
Technically, it's smallpox.
Smallpox.
No.
Actually, it's cowpox.
Well,
Well, he used cowpox to create the
he used
smallpox.
cowpox to make a smallpox vaccine.
yeah, but it was a inoculation for smallpox. So yes.
And that's what we're talking about, an actual like definition of a vaccine, because other vaccines were done before that, supposedly.
No.
I have stuff that might go earlier than that then.
Earlier than 1000? When they started vaccinating? Well, it's not a vaccine yet.
That's what I'm saying. What was it, Jenner?
Vaccine,
We'll talk later.
Vaccine comes from... I'll explain all this.
Yeah.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. But anyway, so I was doing a bunch of research, right? And then I listened to this in my travels. I put on a podcast about the first vaccine, and it was by NPR. It might have been Planet Money or one of those shows. You know, they did a thing on the vaccine. And they had this... I think she was a molecular biologist on. Her name was Josepha Steinhauer. And I guess she teaches a couple courses and some like real basic like science for beginner type courses. And she kind of did a thing on this, and she went way back. And I thought, okay, this is kind of interesting. So she said, if you go back all the way back to 430 BC,
Wow.
Societies began to learn about immunity. So an ancient Athenian named... there's a few. They pronounced it a few different ways on that show. There's a couple different ways to pronounce it, but they stuck with Thucydides. He was a historian, an ancient Athenian historian, and he wrote about people who had been infected by an outbreak or pandemic. Once they had the disease, they then could seemingly treat the sick without getting ill again. So all the way back to...
So if you had a disease and you recovered from it, you're deputized as a doctor.
Well, a helper or something, yeah. But, you know, all the way back from the beginning of the Common Era, we've known about immunity at
They
some
put
level.
two and two together and realized that.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So that was just to set everything up. I mean, we know about immunity. They didn't really know how to do anything with it for quite some time. Actually, he was probably, because smallpox was such an epidemic for so long in our history, he was probably mostly writing about smallpox outbreaks. There's substantial evidence that smallpox afflicted all ancient societies before it became an epidemic in the Common Era in the 1500s, when we started getting some steam on these. Some old, societies have been thought to fall just partially from like a smallpox outbreak because it killed so many.
Don, do you think, real quick, we should say now that I'm thinking about it, because I just thought about all the research I've done. Mm-hmm. We're not doctors. We're not medical professionals. So whatever you hear, you have to base your own judgment. You have to talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
If you have concerns.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to be recommending if someone
that's what I'm
should or
saying.
shouldn't
It's
take
just,
a vaccine.
I just want to make sure that
yeah.
we cover our asses here, is that we're not recommending or not recommending anything. It's just here's the facts that we are able to research. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so, it was thought to be, historically, I mean, obviously this is kind of, some people think this, some historians don't. But a lot of historians seem to think that certain civilizations like the Aztecs and the Incas were their downfall was partially due to just rampant spread of the disease. And, I mean, I don't know how much you guys know about smallpox. I did a little digging on it. Obviously, it's been gone for a while, so I didn't know much about it going in, except for those little, pock marks. What is it, like pustules on your face and all over your body? I guess this